gentlemen, as always, I'm your host, AirsoftAL, and welcome, of course, to another AirsoftAL Reviews. Let me ask you a question. Do you like grenade launchers? Do you like master keys? Do you like companies copying another company's design of a gun, AEG, or otherwise, that incorporates a master key that isn't actually looking like a master key?
I have several questions.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, today we are talking about a nice little product that is a copy of a D-Boys product, which actually, from my understanding, retailed for a lot less than what they're asking for now. The product in question is, well, I'm going to call it what it is. The Double Eagle 2-in-1 instead of what it actually is called. Now, before I continue, of course, Double Eagle Airsoft is one of those companies that is kind of hit and miss. They're kind of hit and miss because they do make a lot of good products. They do make a lot of good AEGs. They do make a lot of good shotguns, too. And one of those shotguns I do have in the collection. They're shotguns basically being copies of Tokyo Marui shotguns, except for a lot better. I mean, primarily the Benelli M3. I have done reviews on this one before, but that was like in the early days, so I might revisit the full stock version whenever I get to it. But like I said before, there are hit and misses. Some of their Springer pistols are not great, some of their AEGs are okay, and some of their spring shotguns are okay. It's kind of the best way to describe Double Eagle is it's just okay.
It just works.
But when it comes to this one, I've actually been seeing a lot of mixed reviews with this, or at least a lot of mixed feelings around it. A lot of people either outright hate it.
What? Are you out of your mind?
Or they outright love it.
Shut up and take my money.
I'm going to kind of address some of the criticisms they have for this and see if all the hate's warranted or if all the love is warranted. So, ladies and gentlemen, is the Double Eagle M813 worth the look, or as I like to call it, the Double Eagle 2-in-1? Why is it the 2-in-1? Because it combines a tri-shot shotgun disguised as an M203 and a AEG M4, which actually is a full-size, wish I was joking on this, but I'm not, a full-size version 2 gearbox and a clamshell body, except the pistol grip's removable.
I couldn't make this shit up. I couldn't make this shit up if I tried. I'm sad that I lack the talent to make this shit up.
Yeah, but before we even get to the gun itself, let's take a look at the box here. The box is simplistic, at best. They could have done a lot more with it, but you know what? Simplicity is there. However, what I am actually kind of a little curious about is why they have the old logo here, which, by the way, Double Eagle was a real steel firearms company, I found out, thanks to Forgotten Weapons, and apparently Double Eagle just took their logo, which was the two eagle heads, and just went with it. I don't know if Double Eagle is the same real steel company that decided to go to Airsoft, or what exactly. I'd actually love to do a little bit more research into the company and kind of figure out where they got the name from and sort of why they call themselves that. Or if this is, in fact, the same real steel company that just didn't work out very well. Now, the box itself, like I said, is simplistic, but it has two variants of the picture. You have the one here with the federally mandated orange tips, and then you have another one with the blacked out tips. Everything else about it is just the information at hand. You have, of course, all the info here about everything about this gun, which, okay, it is a styrofoam bottom, and that's about it. However, the big thing that actually comes to mind is that this gun is a little bit more resembling of another underbarrel AEG from a company that we have had a very sordid history with.
Ah, boy, here we go.
I'm just going to go ahead and say it. The Crossman Tormentor AEG, I was way too lenient on back in the day. That thing was horribly overpriced, and they did not deliver on what it was supposed to be. The damn thing was a AEG with not a full-size version 2 gearbox when I actually opened the damn thing up. No. Instead, they wanted to go the safe route and go with a single-barrel pump-action, magazine-fed shotgun. Well, correction, not even shotgun, a pump rifle with an AEG upper. With a hop-up that was literally molded into the body. You couldn't actually reciprocate the charging handle to open up a dust cover to actually reveal the hop-up. No, they decided to play it fucking safe, or at least in my opinion, fucking lazy.
Nice fucking model!
Because, of course, Crossman's slogan, much like all these other fucking companies that don't give a shit,
Meeting is of most importance. This meeting is about money. My money! And if you fuck with my money...
yeah. But, reining in my anger, let's actually see if this is worth the hate that I've been seeing on it. or it's worth the good. So what is the gun as a whole, you may be asking? Well, correction before we even get into it. What do you get with the box? Well, you do get a nunchuck style 8 point something volt nunchuck battery we don't care about because we're probably not even going to use the damn thing. You do get a trickle charger, which we will never use. 2 shotgun shells, actually. 2 tri-shot shotgun shells. That's generous. A AEG standard M4 magazine that has this weird texturing on it that feels like it's been in sand almost, or it's been Cerakoted to give you better grip. That's an interesting way to coat your magazine, not gonna lie. Which is a 280 round high cap. So yeah, you might want to go ahead and upgrade to that, but this thing, we're going to see if this thing feeds mid-caps or not. And finally, the gun itself, which has a detachable buffer tube. Because of course it does. But I've stalled long enough, let's just get to the thing and actually talk about it. This, ladies and gentlemen, is the not really bad M4 Master Key disguised as M203 the thing. I wish I was joking on that, but in reality, the weight's actually not that bad. The buffer tube is your standard style buffer tube, so you can put a lot of other style stocks on this if you really wanted to. The only big issue with it is that when taking this off, you just have that. I mean, there looks to be a point on there to where you can actually put in a stock screw. But, of course, putting it on there, this is all you can do at the moment, unless you want to go with a Magpul style stock that you can just put over it, so that way it's locked into place. But even then, you're not going to be able to, because it's a wholly proprietary style. Yeah, it's not your standard buffer tube. So, kind of locked to what you got. Outside of that, though, you do have a faux push button, which I'm actually interested in. Like I said, you do have a full-size version 2 long style motor in here, so you can replace that. You have a removable pistol grip here, which, again, I'm actually surprised by. A fully functioning magazine release. You see the mid-cap in here. We're going to use this for the FPS test. The fire selector is sticky. Like, it is seriously sticky. You're going to have to wear this thing in. It is a clamshell-style body. The charging handle does work, actually, pretty well. Doesn't have that great a length of travel, but it does the job and has a really nice snappiness. That's a polymer charging handle, so you might want to be careful. You have a standard AEG hop-up. The way you get to the battery compartment is through here, and taking that off, you get a standard Tamiya wiring with the barrel itself. And you might be thinking that the rail covers here are molded in. They're not. You can literally press the button here and remove the rail covers. And the rail covers are designed actually really nice. They have 2 guides on it. That is actually really nice. So you can put a PEC box on here to run the battery if you wanted to, which is what I'm going to have to do because the batteries I run are way too big for the battery compartment on this. So a little bit of dremeling and a little bit of work will actually help you out with that situation. You have a sling mount on this side, which is wholly idiotic in my opinion. Who in the hell will put it on this side? Who puts it on the right? Why? I'm not a left-handed. I'm not a southpaw. I'm not going to be able to have the sling like this. I'm going to be having the sling like this because I'm right-handed. The grenade launcher itself, or at least the master key, is actually removable. Okay. And it has a fully functioning safety. And the way you actually get to the tri-shot function is you press the button here, push this up, and literally have a switch here. And the cool part is that it's a standard tri-shot shotgun style internals. So if you want to, you could upgrade this with Angel Customs tri-shot shotgun upgrades.
I'll take your entire stock!
This is supposed to be a bad gun, right? So far, everything I'm listing off is actually pretty damn positive. Where's the hate coming from? And even then, operating it... Okay, it is a little bit difficult at first. But actually operating it... It's not that bad. And the cool part is, it does have slam fire. Okay then! And you have a barrel up here, which I believe has threading, but is pinned in place by these 2 pins. So if you really wanted to remove this barrel and put something else on there, you're going to have to, well, kind of drummel around these little pins and remove them. Again, this is supposed to be bad, right? It's supposed to be a bad gun, right? Where's the bad so far? I'm not seeing any bad. This is actually pretty awesome so far. But the big thing is that I'm looking. I'm not seeing a lot. Well, now hold up. Here are these. This looks like it's supposed to be removable. These screws here look like they're supposed to be removable, but they don't. So again, I'm still curious as to where the bad is. Actually, shouldering it is not bad. The iron sights, however, we might be... Yeah, no, I see the issues with the iron sights. The iron sights are molded in. You're not able to adjust this, which, then again, for a lot of you, you're not going to be doing anything with the carry handle. You're probably going to remove it and put in your own optics, your own ACOGs, or anything of that nature. Which, let's go ahead and remove the carry handle and see what we're dealing with here, because I'm already suspicious of this is where they start cutting corners. Yep, this is where they start cutting corners. The entire thing is just one molded hollow anything. You're telling me that you couldn't just put any sort of other, any sort of carry handle side on here? Any sort of carry? You're telling me you couldn't do that? Is that what you're saying? You're saying you couldn't just get some other, I don't know, cheap polymer iron carry handle that actually has an adjustable rear sight aperture for $85? You're asking for the damn thing. A functioning carry handle would have been nice. Really would have been. I mean, for God's sakes, other AEGs of the same price range, other AEG M4s of the same price range, actually have functioning carry handle rear aperture sights. Anyway. Outside of that, though, I'm not really seeing anything wrong with it. I mean, I honestly got nothing. I'm looking at this thing, and I'm actively trying to find now anything wrong with it, and I'm not. The only real big downside I'm seeing with it is just the carry handle. The body itself is not bad. I'm not seeing any sort of, like, anything. The fact that you can remove the pistol grip and you can actually get to the motor, and the fact that it has a full-length version 2 gearbox, which, yes, for everyone's going to ask me if I'm going to open this thing up, I am going to open this thing up, because I want to see what's in here. I want to see what I can do to it, because, in all honesty, I'm fucking curious. If this thing can be turned into a sleeper gun. If it can, then I know a lot of people out there who are probably going to turn this thing into a sleeper gun. Maybe not, no. Everything else about it is just molded in place, and that's about it. I got nothing, folks. I've honestly got nothing. So, let's go ahead and go to the Chrono and see what we're getting with this thing, and then let's take it outside and do some distance and maybe some shooting tests, because, again, I'm very curious. Alright, I have the Matrix 11-1 PEC box battery in here. I've got the chronograph here. Let's see what we're getting with Black Ops Point 2s. Alright, I'm not even going to try and use the shotgun through this, because if I do, it is going to be a mess and a half. But, let's just go ahead and fire it. 295, 290, 291, 253, 295, 287, 248, 285, 290, 290, 251, 290, 288. Huh. That ain't too bad. Actually around the 300 FPS range, which, again, I'm a little bit credulous to actually do the shotgun, so we're just going to go ahead and say the shotgun's probably around that 300 FPS range too, because that's where a lot of shotguns actually do go to. Again, it's not that I'm afraid to use the shotgun here, it's just the way the barrels are situated and done, they're not tight together like you would see on a standard tri-shot. They're a little bit apart, actually widened a bit. So even then, I'm still credulous to actually try. And I'm afraid I'm going to damage the chronograph if I do that, because, yeah, but either way. The main AEG part of it is about 300 FPS, or at least below 300 FPS by 10 or so FPS. So, that's not bad. It's legitimately not bad. So, let's go ahead and take this outside and see what we're getting, shall we? We're out here at an undisclosed location in the part of the woods, and, more or less we're just going to shoot. We're also going to do some full auto mag dumps on this, because I've got a few magazines actually loaded up with a lot of BBs, but the big thing is I want to see what this thing looks like on a stock hop-up when we're doing just straight distance shots. Oh, say, right out. Trying to get to the battery. Yeah, pain in the ass, to say the least. Throw that in here. Let's go ahead and grab a not-so-powerful LiPo. let's see which one I grabbed first. Here we are. This is the one I wanted to grab. We're going to check out a 7.4 volt Titan LiPo. See how that does with this. So let's just go ahead and get her plugged up. Although you're going to want smaller batteries, or at least a smaller diameter battery for this, because the battery tray itself is not exactly liking it, and it will affect the barrel placement. So I'd recommend a PEC box for this, especially modifying the dust tray, which is what I'm going to be doing with this, because I am going to modify it to where it uses a PEC box, because, yeah. Wait, no. Let's see if I can actually get to close on this. I'm a little bit sus on whether or not it will close. A little bit. Okay. Let's see if she will close up. Or at least give me something to work with. No, the battery is too large. It's too big. Too big to close. So let's get an Aries. Let's do this. Let's get the Aries magazine out of here, see if it'll feed. Let's do that, and turn on the run cam. About standard engagement distance. So I'm going to try and hit the hanging target out here. Actually, let me rearrange you guys so you can actually see what I'm seeing. Alright, so we've got it set up now to where you can actually see me at least, or I think. I'm going to move out of the way just in case you guys can't. I'm going to try and hit the hanging target out here at the standard engagement distance you'd be getting in the woods, more or less, as well as the BB catcher out there. So let's see what we're getting. Alright, so hanging target first. Way over it. There we go. That ain't too bad. Ain't too bad at all. Now I'm gonna do a mag dump on the BB catcher here, because I want to see what this thing looks like on a 7.4. Then we'll switch over to the 11.1. Ain't too bad. Ain't too bad. Fed all right from the Aries magazine. We're going to be trying different magazines out here, but the big one is, of course, the shotgun. That's what you guys want to see. So, let's see if we can hit that hanging target again with the shotgun. Or should I say grenade launcher. Let's grab me a shell here. This is the stock shell it came with. This is, of course, loaded up with .2s. There we go, putting on fire. Now I'm going to start a magazine in here. Let's get the Star Mag. And oh, that did not want to go well up in there. And I'm going to unplug this magazine here. I'm going to unplug, not a magazine. I'm going to unplug the Titan LiPo. I'm going to go with the Matrix 11.1. We're going to see what that looks like on the run cam. And I'm curious if it will actually close up. I can already tell it's not going to. Yeah, we're not going to be able to get anything out of that. So, let's go ahead, turn on the run cam, and it's on fire now. The doctrine I've seen so far for M203s is you're supposed to hold it like this by the magazine. I've also seen people do this. I'm going to hold it by the magazine just so I can do that. I'm going to try and use the iron sights as best as humanly possible to try and hit that, try and hit the hanging target. Not even. Way high. I'm not even. There we go. I'm going to try and do slam fire next. Let's see if the shell will actually, no, the shell will not drop free. That is a little disappointing. You actually have to use your finger on that. Okay, putting the shell back in the thing here, holding down the trigger. let's just slam fire it. That is not pleasant for the arm. If you were to upgrade this with the Angel's custom, with the Angel custom tri-shot shotgun upgrade, your arm is going to be dog-tired because that thing increases the FPS. But either way though, let's flip it to full auto. Well, some auto first. I want to see what this does on a level 1 lipo and see if it actually feeds from this magazine. So, aiming at the hanging target again. And that was full auto. Nice trigger response. Full auto. Once again, it does not drop free very well. I'm going to do a few magazine feeds just to see what it likes, what it does not like. So, over BAMF mag. Will it feed from a BAMF mag? Semi-auto. It feeds from a BAMF mag. Full auto mag dump. And it dropped free. Okay. Magpul PTS PMag Gen 1, I believe. Once again, semi-auto. Full auto. Once again, does not want to drop free. Trying to get this into, these mag pouches are a little bit of a pain, but one of those things. So, the final one is the Hexmag. This is a Hexmag brand mid-cap. This is from the Hexmag company. This has not failed me yet on any of my guns. Any of the economy guns, I should say. Be it from the Man-Store HK416 or otherwise. Let's see if this feeds good. Yep. She does. Now let's get to a higher point, a higher vantage point, and see what this does in terms of actual distance, because I want to see what this does distance-wise, since I forgot to turn on the run cam before, so a higher vantage point might actually give us a more advantageous point of view in terms of actually understanding, because it is windy, and having it closer to the ground, gravity will be in play. But having it high in the ground and it just going straight through the air, I want to see what this thing does. So, let's get to a higher vantage point and see what we're dealing with, shall we? Alright, now that we're at a higher vantage point, we can actually see what this is doing. So, I'm going to just go straight, right out here, point right in the distance, and see what we're dealing with. There we go, run cam's going. See what we're dealing with. I'll also do the underbarrel shotgun also, just to see what distance it's doing as well. So, that's doing about 80 flat. I believe that's 80. Oh, that hit the barn. She reaching out there. That is a 100-foot shot right there. That's reaching out 100 feet. That's not bad. Just for the little adjustment we did. So just a little more, just to see what we can do before we start overhopping. Or I think we've already overhopped. No, we didn't. That's... Or I think we've already overhopped. No, we didn't. That's... With the stock hop-up it has, it's reaching at least 100 foot, if not a little bit over, because there are some BBs that will just go past the barn. So that's 100 foot plus, give or take. Again, that's just with the stock hop-up, and not with me fiddling with it. Let me see if I can get me a shell here. Nope. Yeah, shell, yeah. I know that. Aha! Ha! There we go. So let's see what the shotgun's doing, because I'm a little curious about the shotgun. I want to know what it's doing stock also. So, with the shotgun, let's see what we're doing just flat shot. Just a flat shot, let's see what we're doing. Alright. About 50 feet, give or take. About 50 feet, give or take. Although one did veer off into the horizon, so let's shoot again. Yeah, about 50, 40 feet. However, there's always that one stray that likes to go off elsewhere. Yep. Now what about angled? Angled, it's about 70 feet, give or take, because the wind is at play here. Yeah, about 70 feet, give or take. But that's not bad, in terms of just a stock tri-shot, or just the stock gun itself. Again, that's not real bad. I was expecting worse, honestly. I was expecting maybe 70 feet, 60 feet, give or take. But I was not expecting for the AEG portion to actually be getting good distance. Put a flat hop in this thing, you're probably getting better. I mean, granted, it does have the stock titanium or steel style barrel. It has that weird barrel. It has that, not brass barrel, but just a, not a chrome barrel either, just a standard metal barrel. But, either way, the tri-shot shotgun I'm a little bit disappointed in, but then again, with the current tri-shot upgrade you can get on the market right now, thanks to Angel Customs, you could actually improve this heavily, especially with new arms in this thing, new plungers. The springs, they're okay. They're okay as is. So, let's go ahead and get back inside and give the final verdict, shall we? I can safely say I'm pleasantly surprised. Because I was ready to tear this thing apart, but the only real thing I can think of is the price tag is just a little high for this. But even then, I think the price tag's justified. In reality, if you look at a lot of other economy-style guns that actually ask for, essentially, or at least giving you, a AEG with a master key lower, even if it's not an M203 and it's actually a legitimate tri-shot shotgun attached to the underbarrel of an M4, they're asking anywhere from $90 to $100. This one's asking for about $85.
Excuse me, the fuck did you just say?
And it's not that bad. Legitimately, it's not that bad. It runs great on lipos, especially the ones I've ran this thing on. It feeds from standard AEG magazines, especially either high cap or even mid cap magazines. The only real downside I can think of is just the battery compartment placement. If they were to make this a rear-wired gun, then that would actually work out fairly well. If you wanted to, they could actually legitimately replace the M203 with this. But the big thing I like about this is that it's actually helping players understand the M203.
Excuse me, what?
Legitimately, if you think about an M203 and the action it takes, think about this. What do you need to do when you're doing an M203? You press a button on the thing itself. Even if it's not on the tube, you're literally pressing a button up here above the tube, which basically gives them where to place it. Then you push it forward, you put in a shell, and then you pull it back. It's legitimately helping players who want to be grenaders. Is Double Eagle doing good for the community? Is Double Eagle actually doing good? Because, again, They could have gone the cheap route and try and claimed, oh, this is worth $85. And when I mean by cheap route, I mean they could have done like what they do with the 416s. Because this is an Umarex 416 right here. Fully licensed, of course, economy for about $100 damn.
No! No! Does not compute! Does not compute! Does not compute!
And it doesn't have a full-size version 2 gearbox.
Bullshit! Bullshit!
And it doesn't have a removable pistol grip.
Bullshit!
For $100 damn. Are you fucking kidding me?
Are you out of your mind?
Yet here's Double Eagle. Double Eagle with a $85 AEG, with a full-size version 2 gearbox, with a full-size version 2 long-type motor, which you can remove, mind you, and replace with another motor if you wanted to. You can remove this pistol grip and replace it with another pistol grip if you wanted to. It takes standard AEG magazines. It has a tri-shot shotgun that actually helps you understand how an M203 is supposed to work. You can literally take the thing off if you wanted to, and you can run it without the M203 if you wanted to. You can... I just... hear it. I think the two-head bird broke my brain.
1 hour later.
After a minor mental breakdown, what could they have done to make this a little better, in my opinion? Well, in my opinion, they could have done a little better to make it worth the $90 price tag, or even the $100 price tag, because here's the thing. We don't see a lot of tri-shot M203s. If they wanted to, they could have made this a Picatinny style one, where literally you screw it on here or have a way to attach it to the barrel itself. You could have gone the route of a full metal barrel here with a polymer body. You could have gone with the full-length buffer tube. You could have done a lot more with this, and you can do a lot more with this. Double Eagle, if you're watching this, seriously, improve on this. You have something here. You literally have something here. Please, for the love of God, do not pull a John Hammond.
You knew what you had. You patented it and packaged it and slapped it on a plastic lunchbox, and now you're selling it. You want to sell it.
Please, Double Eagle, you are only hope for the economy market. You are only hope for the airsoft market to actually improve upon for the economy players, for the players who cannot afford to buy the bigger brands. You are our only hope to combat the cheap shit that is being pushed out by UK Arms, the literal Activision of Airsoft, the literal EA of Airsoft, the literal fucking Tommy Wiseau, Uwe Boll of Airsoft. You are our Steven Spielberg. You are our Stanley Kubrick. Double Eagle, please improve on this. Make it better. Make it affordable. You have something here. I am begging you. Do something with it. Because I'm definitely going to run this. I'm definitely going to open her up. I'm definitely going to do my shenanigans to it where it has better range. I'm definitely going to look through my parts and see if I can't find my version 2 parts, because I'm going to be throwing version 2 parts into this bitch. I'm going to see if I can't put a standard hop-up unit in this thing. And if I can't, well, no worries. I'm going to put a redneck flat hop in this thing. And redneck flat hop basically means I'm going to take a strip of a rubber band, put it on top of the rubber, and I'm going to be able to have the flat hop distance, or at least somewhat of the flat hop distance, without having to spin for a flat hop. Ladies and gentlemen, it is very, very rare for me to actually say this. This is worth the price. Hear me out. When comparing it to other guns that actually give you the Master Key option, they are charging you over $100. Double Eagle is literally charging you $85 up front, not asking you for anything else. This is worth it. You could literally, all you gotta do is take a Dremel if you don't like the battery it comes with. Take a Dremel, Dremel out one of the holes here, stick the wire through here, and put a PEC box in the sumbitch. Or put a PEC box on top of the sumbitch. Because it has 1, 2, 3 rails right here, standard Picatinny. And if you don't like the carry handle on the thing, you can take the damn thing off and put an ACOG on the sumbitch. Again, there is so much that this gun offers that I am going to heavily dig into it. And again, the only other things I can think of that is a big negative so far is just the carry handle. It is just the fire selector, because the fire selector is stiff. It feels like I'm going to break it. The magazine release, I am probably going to replace. The only other thing I can think of is the hop-up. They went with the buffer tube that has to come off this way, because you cannot put on any other standard buffer tubes on here. Just freaking. And of course, the obvious asinine thing of a left-handed sling. Not even. I just can't think of anything really big negative to say about it, outside of they could do more. They could legitimately do more with this. And I know I'm going to do more with this. Hell, I'm going to try and see if I can't put a Picatinny-style clamp system on this and talk to my guys and see if we can't put it on here as well, because I'm putting this sumbitch on some of my stuff. I'm not joking on that. I want to put this on some other stuff. I really do. Can't believe this has happened to me before. Through my ramblings, of course, you're probably wondering what is the score on this. For $85 for what they offer now, for those of you who don't want to spend that kind of price tag, but you want this, I recommend you go on eBay, or you go on Amazon and you try and use coupon codes, or you use coupon codes on evite.com to try and save money to grab one of these, because I'm going to tell you now, definitely fucking grab one of these things, because, again, it's worth it in my opinion. It really is. Hell, the final score for the Double Eagle 2-in-1, the M8-113, is no more, no less than a 9 out of 10. A must-own. Double Eagle has been known to make good products, and this is one of them. Even though it's a copy of a D-Boys 2-in-1 gun, this, in my opinion, probably improves upon it. I've never owned the D-Boys version of this. I probably am going to try and find a D-Boys version of this so I can review that and compare it and contrast it to this. But dear sweet Jesus, this is worth it. This is fucking worth the money. This is worth to turn to a sleeper gun. This is worth to buy to turn to an HPA sleeper gun. This is worth it to literally just this alone to upgrade with probably the better plunger system from fucking Angel Customs. Not the springs, because if you try to get the springs into this bad boy, you are going to have a hell of a time pumping this thing, and I do not recommend that. I got nothing else to say. I really don't. I've got nothing else to say outside of it's worth it. It's fucking worth it. Thank you all for watching. As always, I've been AirsoftAL, the common man's Airsofter who reviews legitimately good guns so you can get them. And would you guys kindly consider liking, subscribing, and commenting your thoughts on this and how Double Eagle could improve upon this product? And I ain't just talking about people like a few people I know in the comments section who are going to say, oh, it's not worth it. No, I'm not looking for that. What I want to hear from you is how to improve this. Because we have the technology now to where the economy guns could be as good, if not as good, as the guns that are offered right now. And should be, because again, there are people out there who cannot afford this stuff, or at least the higher-end stuff, and they have to buy this stuff to improve upon on themselves. Malaysia is a good example, or at least some of the more Asian countries that actually take springers and do wicked things to them. Seriously, look up seriously, look up some of these Asian country airsoft groups. I think Malaysia is one of them. They make some really awesome stuff. Or it might be the Himalayas I'm thinking of. Either way, though. And of course, if you guys want to help sponsor future reviews like this, consider donating to our PayPal down below. And as much as many of you are going to ask for a link, I'm sorry to say I can't provide one because YouTube will yeet the comment. Because, of course they do. They always yeet the comments, and they always remove the comments of anything related to firearms or airsoft or even Nerf. Sad to say. Either way, though. Thank you all for watching. As always, I've been AirsoftAL, and I will see all you lovely people in the next video. Till next time. Later.